Yesterday, we saw the Algo token go from around about 18 cents all the way up to 26 cents, nearly a 40% gain in just a mere day. In this video, we're going to be talking about why that was, where this price action came from, and I do straight off the bat think there was a crossover in regards to the news that we got for Hedera Hashgraph HBAR, and the news was that BlackRock's MMF had been tokenized, or I should say $26 billion worth of BlackRock's MMF on Hedera through Archa. And of course, Algorand have previously partnered with Archa in the past. Algorand are not just partnered or had previously partnered with Archa, who were the people responsible for tokenizing BlackRock's MMF, but they've also partnered previously with Securitize, which is a company that BlackRock have already tokenized assets on, and that's actually come officially from BlackRock, and also own a significant share of, if not the whole thing. I'm not quite sure whether BlackRock own the whole of Securitize or just a lion's share of it, but we're going to be exploring all that in this video, plus updating you guys on Algorand's price, where it currently is today, and where we think it is heading in the future. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down that rabbit hole and let's take a look at why Algorand did what it did yesterday. And let's start things off with the announcement that we got earlier this week. Now, I got a lot of flack for reporting on this. A lot of people saying that this was not true and that this was fake news. But there was BlackRock's ICS, US Treasury Money Market Fund, actually tokenized on Hedera with Archa. Now, Archa is a purpose-built company or a purpose-built product to actually tokenize assets. Okay, I think it might be DLA Piper that's behind them perhaps, or it might be DLA Piper that's behind Toko, but they're really a kind of part of the broader Hedera space, and they certainly use and utilize Hedera. So this is something that absolutely happened. There's no doubt about that at all. I think the confusion came with, well, did BlackRock themselves tokenize it, or did Archa just tokenize BlackRock's MMF fund? And obviously, to do that, they'd have had to go and ask permission from them and got the okay. And I think that's where the confusion kind of came from. However, this is still an absolutely huge deal. We know that Larry Fink has previously spoken about he believes the future for markets is tokenization. And there are going to be public blockchains that do very well off of that trend. And we are seeing Hedera already start to tokenize the likes of the largest asset manager in the world's money market fund. And we're also seeing the likes of Algorand, in my opinion, really position itself to actually really benefit from this trend with some of the partnerships that they have. Not to mention, fundamentally, Algorand is one of the few blockchains, remember Hedera is a DAG, that can actually deal with a real-world application like real-world assets and the tokenization of them and the kind of volume that that brings. Algorand is one of the most scalable blockchains that there is. Most of the blockchains simply cannot match Algorand's kind of scale, and that makes them or renders them kind of useless when it comes to real-world applications. Remember, Hedera is a DAG, not a blockchain. It is exceptionally scalable as a result of that. DAGs are very interesting technology, and we're a big fan of Hedera. Also, Archa, of course, announced this. Archa today announced the expansion of fund shares it offers in tokenized form with the BlackRock ICS US Treasury Money Market Fund. This builds on the launch of tokenized access to Aberdeen's MMF last year, created on both Hedera and Ethereum. Okay, now, just last year, April last year, so just over a year ago, Archa announced we recently added Hedera and Algorand to the list of protocols that our custody solutions can support, with more coming soon. Our solutions offer secure, insolvency, remote storage with access to money market funds and crypto staking. So the actual news in regards to BlackRock's fund being tokenized was specific to Hedera, but Archa have previously partnered with Algorand. This is news on the Archax website. I'm not sure where the current relationship with Algorand and Archax stand. Let me make that abundantly clear. But this is still on the Archax website. Algorand and Archax partner for a new wave of sophisticated financial products, leveraging digital exchanges' unique FCA regulated status and platform advanced smart contract capabilities. Archa today announced that it has partnered with leading blockchain provider Algorand to work on new innovative smart financial products that trade on the FCA regulated exchange. Goes to talk about a number of things. Obviously, Graham talking there again. It also talks with Algorand. We have another of the most forward-thinking blockchain providers around involved with our business. Adds Rodford. Obviously, this is Graham Rodford, CEO of and co-founder of Archa. So this is why Algorand's price did what it did. And let's just take the draws off. We'll talk about price and where maybe it's heading. You know, this is the kind of candle that you saw. You saw absolutely huge volume. And of course, you saw a move from the kind of 18 cents or low 19 cents all the way up to 26 cents. Since then, it's retraced a lot of it, just like similarly to what we've seen with Hedera. However, it's still supporting its 30 weekly moving average. And we're going to talk about this. And I did previously say that I believe Algorand is actually very well positioned in regards to the trend of tokenization. Again, it's one of the most capable blockchains that there is. It's eco-friendly, it's fast, low latency, and really fast finality. And why do I say that? Well, BlackRock launches its first tokenized fund build on Ethereum network. Investors can subscribe through Securitize Markets LLC to participate in the fund. BlackRock invests in Securitize to drive transformation for digital asset infrastructure. So Securitize is a company that are directly linked to Algorand. This is an Algorand article. It talks about Securitize. Securitize delivers a trusted global solutions for creating compliant digital securities. The Securitize compliance platform and protocol provides a proven full stack solution for issuing and managing digital securities, security tokens. Securitize innovative DS protocol has the highest adoption rate in the industry and enables seamless, fully compliant trading across multiple markets simultaneously. How Securitize is using Algorand. Securitize has partnered with Algorand to support Securitize's DS protocol on the Algorand blockchain. Securitize platform agnostic DS protocol will now support Algorand, giving issuers using Securitize an additional high-performance platform option for issuing, trading, and performing corporate actions using digital securities. Algorand Asia Acceleration Incubation introduces Carlos Domingo, CEO and founder of Securitize. So there's a lot of crossovers here. So initially, why did Algorand do what it did yesterday in regards to price? I personally believe it was with the kind of spillover in regards to the Hedera news. There's an Algorand involvement there in regards to the platform that actually tokenized BlackRock's funds. Of course, they did it on Hedera, but we know they also have support for Algorand and have previously partnered in the past. And also we see Securitize, which is a partner of BlackRock, or BlackRock are an investor in, to obviously facilitate the tokenization of assets, like Larry Fink's vision is. They also have links to Algorand. So I think there's a lot of a spillover in regards to all this. I also think a lot of people miss this in regards to the International Monetary Fund, which we know have links to Algorand. They're very clear links there. They talk about the kind of digitization of assets, tokenization and enabler of distributed asset platforms, DAPs. They didn't specifically mention Algorand by name, or at least I haven't found that. But there's certainly links there. So I do truly believe that Algorand is probably one of the best. There's a number out there, but one of the best positioned blockchains to actually capitalize off the tokenization of everything. The price movement that we saw yesterday, I think, is largely on the back end of the Hedera news. And let's talk about Algorand from a price point of view now, very quickly before I wrap the video up. And Algorand, I have to admit, has been an underperformer, certainly if you compare it to the rest of the cryptocurrency space. But we are seeing some pretty promising signs. And we did give a bit of a technical roadmap in regards to how you could potentially get to $2.59. We're going to take that off for the time being. A lot of cryptos look very similar. And of course, we know what's leaning on markets more broadly at the moment. It's that strong dollar on the back end of stagnant deflation, i.e. inflation isn't coming down at the same rate as which it once did. You're getting implied rates cut out of the market. There's a lot of kind of macro stuff going on, and that's leaning on risk. And Bitcoin, crypto is in that risk asset category. If you overlay Bitcoin on top of QQQ3, the NASDAQ 3x leverage ETF provided by WisdomTree, they move in sync. So it's very much a high beta risk play, and altcoins are a personification or an amplification, I should say, of that. However, Algorand doesn't look too bad at all in terms of structure, and it's setting up very similarly. And we like to use Cardano as a really good example here. This was an altcoin that I did spectacularly on. It's setting up very simply to how Cardano did going into 2021, which was the bulk of the bull market. You can see really holding and supporting around this 30-week moving average. You didn't close below it. You also didn't close below this low here. So your market structure is still intact after a correction. I don't think it's going to be too long before this bull market really does resume. We've not even seen an alt season yet, in my opinion. And I absolutely think that Algorand is going to be a part of that, a beneficiary of that. Is it going to overperform its peers? Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I do think it's going to do quite well from institutional adoption as a very well-positioned blockchain. So that's really it from me, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to report on what we're seeing with Algorand, give a bit of an update from a price point of view. You know, we still do believe it's on target to move to higher ground. Yes, the cryptocurrency most generally has had a bit of a wobble. There's a lot of volatility in regards to Algorand due to what's obviously taken place in regards to the BlackRock news. And there are more links than one in regards to BlackRock when it comes to Algorand. Of course, you know, we know some of the partnerships that they already have with institutions. We're likely to see that grow and a lot of these partnerships to come to fruition, certainly once we have regulatory clarity. People have got to remember there's a kind of lid being put on the crypto space as a result of regulations. But just the other day, we actually saw 2 SEC lawyers have to resign for gross misconduct in regards to the Debtbox case, a crypto case, or an overstepping of power. You know, they either had to resign or they were going to get fired. The SEC, I do think, is losing a battle, and I think it was always set up that way. I think the SEC is really just there to stall this industry whilst they get certain things in place, just like they didn't allow a Bitcoin spot ETF until they got CZ and Binance really out the way, or kind of brought it more under control. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole. That's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. I hope you enjoyed this Algorand update, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next.